Welcome back on a Wednesday evening. Now, how serious should we take um, the recent events, the blackouts which occurred in Portugal, Spain, south part of France, a little bit of Germany, and let's say even a bit of Italy on the French side, Ventimiglia, those areas there. Should we prepare for such event? Could it repeat itself as a EPM attack, CME, or cyber attack? In whatever manner the grid goes out, the longer it takes to come back online, more restless the population will get. Because within 3 days, the supermarkets will be empty, and the fuel from the service stations, they need electricity to pump to the vehicles, unless it's got a auxiliary generator. The cell phone towers, 48 hours of backup energy. When they go, it's switched off. We'd live in a vulnerable society without electricity. We go back to the 1900s, basically, when things were a little bit more harder, more difficult to survive. You need energy for transport, telecommunications, transport, hospitals. Basically, electricity is a part of our daily presence in our lives. And without that, we will just plummet into total darkness and then chaos and anarchy. And the fact is, the more it lasts, more restless the people get. Civil uprising, the lack of presence of law, it will create vacuums in governments, regarding local governments. And if it's a vast thing, even national governments itself will in time cease to exist, because it will become no man's land. And how many people are prepared for this? No. What has happened a few days ago is just a dress rehearsal for something else, which could happen a lot more worse in the near future. And people should take into account what has occurred, and they should prepare to front an event like this or another type of event. Regard the lack of rule of law, the lack of continued governments, the collapse of society. That means stocking up with food, water, and other essential things which you need to survive a certain period of time. They say 72 hours, but 3 months, 6 months, a year, 5 years or 10 years. There are people which have years prepared for an event like this. They're called preppers. And they were the ones who, in the long run, how hard and how harsh it's going to be, see it through. The unprepared will just perish in panic, and there'll be a casualty of the 90% of people, which within probably a year or so will perish, will die, starvation, illnesses, and other factors of death as well. I'm not saying you have to raid the supermarkets. I'm just saying, now and then when you go and go to the supermarket, you know, the extra can of tomatoes, the extra can of meat, or whatever, long-lasting food in canned foods, preferably, is the beginning to prepare. And especially when panic breaks out, you don't be caught at the last moment to get your preps, stock up on food and water and other essential things, even medicine, energy banks, small solar panels, candles, bog rolls, stuff like that. It's always best to be prudent and then later be sorry if something happens. It's a question of time something as big is going to happen. But the problem is, what is going to happen? Nuclear war, economical collapse, EPM, collapse of society. There are many causes, but what cause will be likely will be the downfall of a modern society. That's hard to tell.